Now, you might be wondering, how many days until expiration should I go out and sell my credit spreads or sell my vertical spreads out? Should I go 10 days or 9 days? Should I go 30 days or 35 days? Should I go 60 days? How far out should you go when it comes to selling credit spreads? So in this video, we're going to cover and answer that topic and question for you more specifically and in detail. So, should you do shorter duration? Should you go longer duration? And the advantages and disadvantages kind of to both. Now, if you're brand new here, I'm Sasha, the options coach. I've been teaching people to trade options over the last decade. I do a lot of one-on-one, so I know exactly some of the pitfalls people run into. And I've also done a lot of live classes. Now, one of the things from our latest live class was selling vertical credit spreads. Now, if you want more information and insight about this class, send me a message on the website. You can send me a text. You could send us an email as well. Book a free call, 20-minute discovery call, and we can look at what exactly some freebies, PDFs, and cheat sheets maybe that you might want specifically based on your personal style, need, and so forth experience. All right, let's get started. This is some of the topics that we covered here in this class. And here, what we've covered is looking at selling vertical spreads. But the thing is that people don't know how far out in time do I go? Because when you set up these spreads and do some construction, okay, the point behind a vertical spread, the way that you're constructed for a credit spread is you go out and you say, okay, the current price is, well, here's a basic diagram behind it. So let's just start with that visual right here. Okay, so what you're doing is the current price might be right here. And what you're doing is you're selling this vertical spread on here. And the way that you do this is you sell one put option on here. And then what you're doing is you're buying another put option over here to cap this loss. So now you have a max loss of maybe 300 to maybe make, let's just say 60, 80 bucks. Okay. So over here, what you're doing is actually it'd be more, well, if we got max loss of, let's go 400 to make 100. Okay, so that's a little bit more realistic. So if we have these set up and constructed, okay, you're risking a little bit 400 to make 100. But now what you're doing is that when you have this construction, okay, if you go with more days or more time, you will actually be able to get that same $100, but you'll be able to start or go and get yourself more range. Okay, what it's going to do is more time will give you more range. If you go with a shorter duration, it's going to give you less range. So that vertical construction might be right here. Okay, so now we've got something like this. So this is kind of less time, and then more time will be, let's say, over here. And then you got more time. So what it's going to do is by having yourself more time, you're going to be able to get a few extra dollars of range. Now, the downside for this is the theta decay is slower. And when you have a slower theta decay, you might say, I don't like that. But the advantage is you've got more range. So if the stock starts going against you, you start getting into this oh no moment. Because if this is your oh no moment where you want to get out because it's getting in the money, you've got more range. So you're actually able to sustain the trade longer. So there's this trade-off and disadvantage. What happens is there's this tug of war that you're doing between the time versus kind of the range, because of the decay that's happening. And it's going kind of back and forth. If you want more time decay, well, you're going to go shorter duration, but you don't get the range. So if you want to get time decay, you don't get the range. If you want to get the range, you don't get the time decay. It's a give and take. It's kind of like a sliding scale. And if you ever do photography, you could get, faster shutter speed, but you might not get like an aperture, or you need a higher ISO. So what's happening here is that, you're tweaking those settings, but it's a give and take back and forth, right? I want to eat, let's say, a ton of fatty burgers, but I'm not going to be healthy. So the same thing here. If I want the time decay, I'm not going to get the range. So here's how we do this construction. I'll show you kind of like a sweet spot in general. Let's say we take kind of Caterpillar in here. So if I go with a 10-day spread, and I'll say probably about a 10 day is kind of a minimum for if you're brand new or beginner. If you're more advanced, by all means, you could do shorter day, you could do 0 day, all those kinds of things. But if you're brand new, I'm going to show you some sweet spots to kind of go with. Okay, so here, if we go with a 10-day and we do a construction of about a 25 delta, what that's going to do is it's going to give me about 49-cent credit. Okay, right here, about 49-cent credit, but I'm in the 80, 82 range or area. So it's giving me some range. But the downside is that, well, I might not be able to get as much range as I could, because right now I've got a theta of 1.6, which is great, but I get to go to 82 from 93. So it's about a $10 range. Now I could do that same construction at about a 25 delta. Let's go to about a 24. The downside here is we've got $5 wide, but here what I'm able to do is get a little bit more range. Okay, you can see I'm making a 180 to 3 out of a risk of 320. Okay, so in this case, I've got a little more range, but the construction is very similar. Let me do this one that's a $5 wide, so we can kind of, that's not working because of the spreads. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so now I've got a $5 wide. So even there with a $5 wide, I'm making $84 on a risk of 416. But I need to go, up and lose about 113 at about break even, or when I'm getting in the money. If I go to May 9th over here, obviously I'm recording this early, so you'll see this maybe a couple months down the road. So here I get more range to be able to make that same credit, let's say $180. I could even go to try to make that same $80 credit. Let me see if I can get there. Okay. Might not do it just because of the spreads. Let's try 175, 160. No, that's $1.80. Let's try a different expiration. That's not traded. Let's try this expiration and go over here. Okay, so this one's about, go to this one. Nope. See, because some of them are mispriced when you're doing after hours, so it's not always the best way to doing this. But what's happening is that when you're going in, this is probably the closest I can get. When you're going in a few weeks later, you can make almost as much credit, if not a little bit more, and you get a little bit more range. So if you compare these two spreads from a 280 to a 275, I get $84. But this one, a couple of weeks later, almost a month later, I get a 275, 270. So that gives me $5 more of room, but I also get even more credit as well. So if I was able to back this up another like $5, I probably would be able to on a live market right now, but this is like nighttime. And then you probably get about 84 cents as well, but right now it's mispriced. So the point is this is kind of the sweet spot. So when you're looking at this, I'd say somewhere between about that, 25 day or so, and a 45-day range is probably where you want to go. If you go too far out, like could you do like a 90-day? You could go, if you're kind of concerned or worried about a market, you could go further out. It gives you more range. The problem is now you get spreads that are like $10 wide, and so you have to take on a little bit more risk in those cases. But you could go wider if you like, and it does give you some more range. The downside is that the theta decay is often a bit slower because, if I did a $5 wide on all of them, it would be a little bit slower further out. Not to mention you have a lot more short Vegas, so if it goes against you, there's also a little bit of a problem there. And you need to be right on the trend or direction. Yes, you get a couple of extra dollar moves, so you get maybe another $10, $20 of range. The downside here is that if you start turning into a bearish market or it starts going down against you, now you're getting into some more trouble spots, and that's a problem because now if you're trending down and you've got a position like this, you're getting into trouble. So what you'd rather maybe do is something more closer in, again, 30, 40 days, 35 days, 32 days, somewhere around that range, and now you get a little bit of a good theta still. You still got some range, but you're not too tight, because the minute you go into shorter duration, you're collecting a lot or tiny small amount of credit. Okay, you're collecting a very small credit for what you're getting, and that credit, yes, it's burning theta quickly, but the issue is that if you get kind of a nasty move against you, it starts to burn up very quickly. So let me show you another one here from a spread. Here's an Airbnb. So let's go to maybe a 2-day. So the problem with a 2-day is if you just look at the option chain right here, and we look at just where can we make $1? Let's just say we were just selling a put. Well, the dollar range right here, the current price is right around 114.64. So the current dollar is around 113. So now if I go to a 17-day, where can I make $1? Well, now in this case, okay, well, this dollar is, let's just call it about a 104, because these are mispriced. You can tell they're mispriced because this is 38.99. So it should be like more 99 and 38 or 70 something. So you can see their prices are a little bit off in the after hours. And here's the 24-day. Again, where's the dollar? About 97. So it shows you that the further out you go, you can do some little bit of a trick like this. Let's go with 35 and then open these up. Let's actually go with 11. Okay, so there's the dollar. Okay, and the dollar is even further over there. Okay, there's a dollar we've got at 113. The other dollar we've got at 108. And then this dollar, I mean, it's going to keep going to, if we keep going, it's almost at 105. And that dollar is going to be 24 days out. It's going to be even further. So let's go 24 days out. 24 days out, it's going to be at 97. And then if we go even further, 31 days out, that dollar's at 90. So think about it. Over there, you get the 90. Over here, you're getting about 97. And if I go to the next weekly's option, because this one will have the dollar strikes, I might be able to get to the 85. So again, sweet spot somewhere around that 25 to 45 range, probably doing it in the weeklies. I would avoid the monthlies more so because look, you got the $5 wides, where the weeklies, even just going later, you still get dollar wides. So you could have more flexibility there. And that's really nice to have. So my point is that that would probably be the sweet spot for people starting out. Can you do shorter duration? Yes, you can, but you have to give up something. Remember, when you go in and you do shorter duration, right? So shorter duration, the benefit to this is you get time decay in your favor. This is nice. So it dies quickly. The downside or the problem here is that you get no range, okay? It's very little room to adjust, tweak, and modify those positions. You've got to be on top of things, and you have to kind of be fast, okay? So that's a bit of the issue with shorter duration. Think of it speed. Your track is short. You don't have a lot of room. If you go longer duration, okay, you've got range. You also get to make a little bit more credit because the credit is a little bit bigger. The downside is you get a slower decay, okay, which means you have to sit in the trade a little bit longer to collect more credit, but you got some range. So again, it's a trade-off on what you want and what's a benefit. Again, general sweet spot, probably for most people around that, 22, 25 day, all the way to about 45 day range, somewhere in that area. If you're brand new, go a little longer duration. It's a little more peaceful. Okay. It's just like driving, if you're new, drive a little slower. And by having a longer duration, it's slower decay, which means it's less crazy on you if the market moves against you. If you got shorter duration, you have no range, you have no track and no runway for tweaks and adjustments. So that's kind of my tip and insight for you if you're brand new and beginner. Obviously, if you're more advanced, you could do 5 day, 2 day, 0 day. By all means, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand it's a little bit of a faster form of trading and you need to be on top of things. So that's my personal insight as far as how many days out to go, at least if you're starting out. And just remember, it's just really more about trading off one risk for another or one benefit for something else. That's what this is about. It's not that the shorter duration is better, the longer duration is better. It's about shorter duration is better. How? Shorter duration is better because you get faster theta burn, but you don't get the range. Longer duration is better because you get more range, okay? But it is slower theta decay. And you also get more credit in the longer duration. But if you do multiple shorter durations, at the end, you'll make more capital. So again, there is a trade-off. Anyways, hope this helps and clears some issues up. We covered a lot of this in our latest class, this selling verticals class. So if you're interested in a lot of our classes, there's a ton that we do every month. We're doing a bunch of classes. So by all means, reach out if you're interested and you want to get access to all of these classes and materials. Sign up, let me know, have some questions, grab some freebies, PDFs, whatever. Send me a message on the website and be happy to hook you up depending on where you're at personally and what you're looking for in your own situation. Because if you've got some general experience in the past, classes might be the way to go. I also do a lot of one-on-one as well, but for some people, classes is the appropriate path. Let me know. We'll see where you're at, and I'll see how I can help. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Hope that helps, gives you a little more insight on selling vertical spreads, what duration out there, and if you have questions, do reach out. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.